And we're back with
Here we
episode
are.
35. We're in fine spirits on this beautiful day since we just talked for half an hour and I didn't record anything. So, join the Patreon. You could hear the one-sided conversation that Natalie saved. That's just her listening to me rant and while she makes some pretty good points and great satire. But on to the show. Okay, and the theme music's playing.
Theme music. Wait for applause.
Blah, 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 blah. This is Inane Blather, the only podcast that you listen to, listener. And if that isn't true, you should feel bad because it is also the only podcast exclusively listened to and recorded by
headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks.
You know how like Danny Gonzalez calls his fans Greg, and then like Drew says hi guy, and then our intro, what our community is called, is headstrong, evil, cross-dressing jerks.
Headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, vindictive, self-centered. I've heard it so many. Hormonal.
There's so
sexually
many in there.
Evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks. You think I'd know it by now, though? Like I even cut that out.
Don't.
Well, you're talking about those people.
Yeah.
Like Curtis Connor says, folks. Hi guy is
Drew
Gooden. Danny Gonzalez calls him Greg. These are all white people. I don't know what's up with your tastes in YouTube, Natalie. But I only listen to black transgender women. So you need to get on that. No, but actually the that clip, of course, I only heard because of Jarvis Johnson and Curtis Connor reacting to it, which was
Curtis.
great. Yeah. No, it was Jarvis Johnson, but he had Curtis on as a guest. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is our premium show.
It is free though.
It's not.
It
No,
is.
Jarvis Johnson's is free. If you're listening to this, you paid a few bucks. I know. So I appreciate it.
You paid with the years off your life and the brain cells you lost.
You paid in brain
listening
cells.
to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back on the old soundboard. So there's a lot of stuff on here.
What is this? Just a couple guys having a conversation? Who the hell wants to listen to that?
No.
Yeah, that's our podcast.
That's us.
Nick Mullen and Adam Friedland. No.
Yeah, it's called Come Town. You guys should listen to it.
Yeah, we have a lot of money. So anyway, we're not going to try to relitigate exactly what we were saying. There was a lot of stuff that was said. A lot of tears, a lot of smiles, a lot of laughs, a lot of high fives.
A lot of high fives.
But
what was the mantra, though? What were you saying? So what was the
shut
mantra?
up about the mantra. Enough.
With the mantra was
Democracy simply doesn't work.
But that's our mantra. Our mantra is,
I hope you get ass cancer and die, you son of a bitch.
yeah. Well, we did just go right in, though, to, of course, you had a great, hopefully, satire about how Tennessee has its priorities straight because while they're passing anti-drag
being
bills...
the operative word. Nice.
Oh, that's hilarious, Natalie. No, because while they pass anti-drag bills, kids were shot to death in an elementary school in Nashville.
Yes.
But, let's start off with something different. See, that's why God has a plan for us all, Natalie. And sometimes, obviously, those plans are very small. No. Those plans are not worthy of much attention. No. But maybe that's why we were heated and all that and blathering on. But I feel like we ran out of steam just because we dove right in. Like, forget about dead kids, all right, and all this unimportant stuff.
I'll cut your throat. I'll come to your house.
Okay, anyway.
Can't be concerned what's happening over here with the war. What's going on with the economy? Gay people are getting married. That's Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Yeah. What? I don't want to use that soundboard drop.
Okay, Natalie.
Okay, Natalie. But so, yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. We got right into it when honestly, I kind of had a good day. I had a really terrible day a few days ago, but everything's been great. You said you had a great day.
I had a great day.
You had
it was
good
a beautiful
weekend.
Day. Great weekend. A bunch of friends over.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather. It's been really nice. We planted some wildflower seeds. Planted some tulips. I don't know if I talked to you. We planted a pussy willow tree. I guess maybe
tulips and a pussy willow.
Nice for the beaver den. That's what we call our
politics.
place.
Yeah, exactly.
But so we have two in our yard.
Dam.
Yeah.
Is that like a dental dam?
Beaver den. But,
okay.
So in
Is
our
that like
yard,
a dental den?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Natalie.
Right.
We are doing like a pattern, like a rainbow sort of arches through our yards where the wildflower seeds are going.
Cool.
But the way it looked, we did 2 of them because we already had one from last year, and 4 people have asked us, why did you guys, or what happened? Like, did someone go drive up into your yard?
Oh, no.
Just the way that they're like sort of side
Scattered.
by side.
Oh, really?
Like 2,
Oh.
no, just 2 like lines, like arches next to each other, and it's just like dirt.
Oh, so it looks like a rut between them?
Yes,
Yeah.
and like the tires drove through the yard. Yeah. So I lined those with some river rocks today, and it looks quite cute.
Good.
So it looks like a little rainbow in our yard.
Brilliant.
And little wildflowers are going to be popping up with little bees and butterflies and birds and bitches.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it.
Bitches from the burbs in their bungalows.
Bitches from the burbs. Oh, yeah. We started a mural on the side of our shed.
Cool.
A spray-painted mural. One of my friends spray-painted a little black cat on there from my little man, Marcel. And,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been having that.
Sophia told me to
time.
say hi to Marcel, or tell Nana that she says hi and she loves you, and tell Marcel hi. But you know that's funny.
I saw a bumper sticker that said,
ahead.
"Tell your cats I said pss, pss."
Oh my god.
That's what the bumper sticker said.
Did you
said,
smash a rock
cute.
through their window? You're like, no, I always carry around a spark plug because that smashes the glass more easily.
Yeah,
that's how you do
I
it,
also
kids.
saw a bumper
Just so
sticker.
Try this, kids at home. That's how you break windows on a car. You take the end of a spark plug; it'll shatter it no matter what. But
I
anyway.
really find bumper stickers really interesting. Like the one I saw the other day, that it was like a gas mask, and it said, "My farts kill children."
What the fuck? Jesus.
I know. And it was like another one that said, "Kids in the car, back the hell off." And
Yeah,
just like a bunch
sure.
of stupid, I hate dumb bumper stickers, but my farts kill kids?
That's so.
That one
That's so
stuck with
random.
It's very
so
cringe.
random.
when
They're
you do
like not
that.
like other parents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not like other. We're not like other parents, so you should swing with us. Let's set up our kids on a play date.
Yeah, they can go on the swings and we can go swinging. If you know what I mean.
Hey!
Hey, come on. All right.
Yeah, good old bumper stickers. I go back and forth on it with even putting my own stuff on my vehicle where I'm like, and I like it, but then it's just like, what is this vanity where I have to show things or so? I don't know. I just like aesthetics, you know?
It's the art, the aesthetics of it for sure. And that's why those dumb ones bother me so much, because they're so dumb.
Well,
like,
or sometimes
it's
they're
like
just ugly.
Bitches. Oh, I have kids. No. So one of them said, "Kids up in this bitch.
Yeah,
Honk if one
I've seen
falls out."
those.
And I was like, is that funny?
Yeah.
No.
It's very
is the
funny
answer.
to
and that's
a certain
objective. That's
segment
not
of white
subjective.
people, of white moms. Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. They like to talk in like this, like how AAVE gets filtered through to the masses as it's dying off in terms of slang. And there's this kind of like third rate that sticks with wine moms and lower, I'll say, to be
Wine
classist.
moms.
Yeah. The wine soccer moms. They're not wine moms. They're fireball moms. See,
there
white,
it is. Yeah.
And they love that stuff. So
they love
just
that
because
stuff.
I only know because I'm surrounded by them and know a lot of them, and they're good people. Some.
Sure, they're
everyone's
people.
good people. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're good police. But
Some of them, they're not. Some of them, I assume, are good people, but most of them are rapists and drug dealers.
They look at these. They're like, I want something that, a bumper sticker that really expresses who I am and lets everyone know that just
creativity to me is just like it's like a bird, like a friendly bird.
Yeah, anyway, that's a long one, but I'm having fun with the old soundboard here. There's just too many on here. I mean, or you just see a bumper sticker that just says
the N-word.
No. just that, just on a bumper sticker. It's like there's no copyright, there's no paid for it, there's no website, there's no nothing. It just, did you print that yourself, dude?
Yeah, is that handwritten?
Why did you print
laminated?
that? You know why? Because
these people are sick.
Yeah. But I mean, it's been I was gonna say, it's funny you were talking about a mural, and Sophia's mom just brought that up. Sophia was helping me at the backyard. I got her early yesterday, and she suggested too. She's like, that whole backside of your garage, you should have Sophia paint a mural or something. I was like, oh my God, that's an amazing idea. It's on the backside of the house. It gets all this sun. It's all faded and weathered, but there's nothing there. I just keep spare wood in front of it. I was like, that's an awesome idea. I could have her try all sorts of stuff. Just tape off the window. There's one window there. Maybe get her some rattle cans and have her start tagging it. It'd be fun.
She's gonna be like
she'll be Banksy.
Like on The Big Lebowski, like when what's her face is Julianne Moore's character. Is that who it is?
Just
like flying through on a contraption.
Yeah,
like flicking paint at it.
Where did you get this from? Your mom's a fireball mom. No.
She's the kids in this bitch, Mom.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Unless you're Natalie.
No, sure.
No, yeah.
Hey, I'm not judging the people for buying the stickers. I'm judging the manufacturers for making those.
Yeah.
I feel like no, you have a responsibility to society, and this is what you're doing with it.
It's like when you see really horrible or offensive tattoos on the internet and stuff, and usually the number one comment is people are like, what kind of tattoo artist would do that for someone, though? Who did? I mean, that great classic internet one, because, I mean, it was long enough ago that it could be hashtag too soon for many people, but a tattoo of the Twin Towers on fire and stick figures jumping out, and it says, it's raining men. It's raining men.
My God.
Yeah, I'm like, holy crap. That's amazing. It's funny as hell and really offensive, but who would do
worse.
that?
And I don't say this lightly. That's worse than 100 September 11th.
Yeah, well, that's on my other soundboard. So,
Doug guy, wow, what a piece of shit.
But that's I think on Cumtown they're talking about they're finding someone who suddenly you see their tattoo that's been covered up, and they realize that this person had a tattoo of a naked woman splayed out with a panther eating her vagina or something like that, where it's it's probably so much work too, and those type of things you can see really raunchy but well done stuff on lowrider cars, that style, where it's but man, as a tattoo,
a pussy eating her pussy,
exactly. It really says something about society. So I think
whoa, it's like Inception or something. No, it's just weird.
Yeah.
People have to flush their toilet 15 times.
So anyway, I had a good day. It's been very nice here, pretty much. And I fixed some of my fence that was destroyed, in the windstorm a few months ago that I haven't got to. But I got my old backyard all cleared out, getting ready for spring. I had to remove a little section of the chain link thing. It was real easy, but I just hadn't got around to it, and put a new rail along the top and blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, things are coming along. I had a big list of stuff to do today, and even after dropping the kid off at school, coming back home and sleeping for another hour, taking a nap in the morning, and I was just not feeling it. And I got right up and got a bunch of that stuff done, doing things for the local Chamber of Commerce, doing stuff at home, like living a life and accomplishing things instead of letting it just slip away from me and slide by like a slug that I just still I'm wading through the mud trying to keep up with it, just as my life is flashing before my eyes, and I'm thinking, what have I done? I haven't done anything.
Chain link fence.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, I did some of the fence, so yeah.
Time to play Mario Kart.
Yeah, time to play Wordle and get on Twitter. No, but so do you want to talk again about the drag bill? Ooh, yeah, good thing it all got deleted since I was trash talking drag shows.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what God had in mind. He was like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, I'll stand by that.
You've never been to a drag show, have you?
No. But I mean, just in general, that whole thing is that whole performative aspect, that style. Like I said, I'm not a Rocky Horror Picture Show fan. It's like there's a whole genre
like musicals,
of performing and stuff that's just not my thing. I was never a drama kid, nothing like that. I'm not really queer, it's
you
just
don't like the stage.
Yeah, and there's something, so it's like I don't care, but it's just funny how it's like, man, that shows how bad these gender critical TERFs and anti-drag idiots and people who equate all this with grooming. It shows how fucking stupid and how evil you guys are, is that you're making me, someone who doesn't need to be thinking about any of this at all and who doesn't enjoy drag in any way whatsoever and thinks it's kind of cringe. It's just not my thing. You make me want to march out in the street and start punching people who don't like drag, let alone the people who think that it's grooming children into, sexual perversion and all that. Like Yeah,
that's what they're saying. And it's like, because they're wearing makeup and wigs and because they look like women, that's a sexual perversion, and it's about sex because they're dressed like women, because women are about sex, especially when they're dressed up nice, like with a lot of makeup and maybe cleavage and shit like that. That means it's all about fucking.
Yeah.
So
it's just women as
that's
sexual
what women are
objects.
for. Yeah.
Well, like you had said too, and it's funny how
women in drag.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny. I was going to say it's funny how I've never heard that before, as if it's like giving you zero credit for, having unique thoughts. But no, you're making a really good point, and for whatever reason I haven't heard that being used as pretty good go-to rhetoric is, do you think that women cross-dressing is inherently sexual and grooming children? No, probably not. And it's like, so what?
Yeah,
so the problem isn't that people are cross-dressing. It isn't that they're performing. It's that they're trying to be women.
And the problem is with these guys that hate the drag shows, it's like, because you think they're sexy. Because you think they're sexy like that. That's why they're sexual objects to you. That's fine. That's great. That's great that you think that gay men dressed up like women is sexy. I support that for sure. But not everyone else does. Some other people just think of it as like a performance. Yeah.
I won't say it. I won't say the word. It just works really well in that parody song that I have running through my head.
That is
a bunch of
one.
like trucker hats and cowboys like saying like
everybody dies in a helicopter crash, and I think all these faggots
and burning alive in the helicopter gas. There's some like references that literally 0 people in our small audience will understand. But
we get it, and we're most of the audience. So.
Oh, how I wish I could believe or understand that.
No, you don't wish that you could believe or understand it.
And it just is, like men dressed up as women because it's because of the breasts part and all of that, that when women dress like that and show off their figure, that it is sexual. Like that it's always about, it's not about art. It's not about being like a beautiful person or anything like that, or dressing your body or feeling blah, 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 blah. It's all just about sexualizing. Anytime there's breasts around, you better believe those are sexual. Even when I'm taking a shit and I have diarrhea and I'm naked and feeling sick to my stomach and throwing up in a garbage can at the same time, sexual.
So that's sexual.
Those breasts make me a sexual. Yes.
Yeah. When I'm
in that moment,
when I'm even just happen to be changing a bike chain and doing absolutely that's sexual. That's sexual. You're grooming the kids. Sexual.
What are those titties? Sexual.
Yeah, exactly. And you know why it is? Oh man,
it's because you're an honorless, lying little turd,
and you have boobs. Know that's
that too.
And I mean, you're really getting down to the heart of it. That's why anti-trans or anti-drag, which is lumped into the same thing, and that's because of their framing or people's little understanding of what transgender issues really are. But still, that's why anti-trans or anti-drag people generally go hand in hand with being misogynistic, right?
Yeah.
Because
that's why you love them
have
so much.
to start off with a framework of women as either, as certain objects sexually, and or having certain roles in the household or in the economy, in the workplace, things like that. It all goes hand in hand. Yeah. Because when you really strip away the details, then you're left with a naked man. That's a man. No.
Yeah. A lot of what why
Just
there's
kidding.
such a problem, like why it seems like, anyways, anecdotally, and it just is kind of true that people tend to be a lot more accepting of like lesbians rather than gay men couples, because it's like the ultimate betrayal of masculinity to do something a woman would do, to like fuck a man or date a man or whatever. And it's so incredibly, from a misogynist perspective, like demeaning and diminishing to masculinity and to men to be anything like a woman. And of course,
you throw like a girl.
Men is yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So being gay and liking men and liking feminine things and all that kind of stuff is such like the worst thing you could do as a man.
Well, yeah. Now you're just speaking truth.
I mean,
but it's not because
I was gonna say you probably really agree with that.
It's just because women suck, dude. No, because I'm not a misogynist. I just hate women. No,
I just think they're stupid.
Yeah,
stupid dames.
Yeah, insane. Yeah, I mean, and some of this. It's funny how we come around these inane blathering conversations and arrive at something like, this is one of the roots of this issue, when really all it comes down to is
mental illness is when you're right wing,
and that's it. So but I mean, where do we go? Where are we going? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Like, what is going on? As Tucker says. What is going on?
have a
we're
very
passing
befuddled look on my face right now.
bills, while at the same time we have to worry about the debt ceiling. And Democrats want you to think about these trans bills. But I can't do Tucker Carlson as well as Nick Mullen does him. But yeah.
Well, yeah. What are we doing?
On?
Passing
I used to enjoy sex.
Anti-drag bills while children are getting shot in schools and doing literally nothing about gun violence or anything that's actually, because again, let's say it with me, the number one cause of death for youth in America is gun violence. And so passing these things, don't say gay bill and all the drag, all this kind of bullshit, and then letting children have access to unlocked, fully loaded firearms. There's no background checks. Like our sister said, she was like, oh my God, the number one cause of death for youth in America is adults.
Yeah.
Like,
right?
Yeah.
True. Oh my God.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, and it's like we don't even send
really
these kids to Iraq or anything like that. It's like, no, they die.
Send them to school.
Yes, exactly. They die in a fucking elementary school. It's just sick. Like,
yeah.
I mean, how many times does this have to fucking happen though? It's way past the point of our visceral reactions to these things that very validly prompt such reactions, like to do anything. Like, we all know it's sick. We all know, like, it's like even just reading details, like reading dry details of something like Sandy Hook, like makes you sick, like into the pit of your stomach. But so what? Like, it doesn't do anything. It's just, I don't know. Like, it's not just about priorities anymore. It's like a foundational thing. Like, I mean, school shootings and, gun violence and people, it's like, yeah, you get shot in public from some deranged person with a gun and then die of your injuries because you have no health insurance. That's America. It's great. Oh,
someone we used to work with died at Fred Meyer.
Yeah.
With someone with a gun.
Shooting.
He was working there, and
he was a really good guy. God, I love that guy. He was amazing.
I know. One time I didn't do a little smiley face or heart or whatever I did on their checks, and he was like, "What the heck? Like, where's my little note?" I always look forward to getting my paycheck because you would have a note on the envelope. Yeah.
Gruff, chain-smoking, automotive guy that would come in with the most amazing baked goods and perfectly crafted cakes and delicious cookies, and had this great soft side. So a guy, is like a real American man. This kind of guy that would literally get fist fights with people, but also just be a sweet, roughneck guy who would bake cakes and love cats, and he's dead.
Sure.
Yep, he died
because of someone
in public
with a gun.
Yeah, so
because there's
and not because of gang violence, not because of anything, not even being shot by the police like so many Americans.
He didn't even get into he was just at work.
Yeah.
He wasn't going somewhere he shouldn't have been, whatever you want to say. It's like he's just working and someone came into the Fred Meyer and opened fire.
Yeah.
It's really, there.
So there is no line here.
Shot every 4 minutes.
There's no line that's going to finally be crossed. The line was crossed a long time ago. It's like if something like Sandy Hook and then Uvalde, can happen. Those are already past the line set by people just dying in public at work. Like our friend.
It's like we're talking about
now we're talking about kids. It's like, so what is it going to take? 100 children dying at a school? No, it's still going to be the same outcome. Like,
what if a mass shooter went? I guess they just couldn't get into Congress because of all the security and stuff. But would those politicians feel differently if there was an active shooter Well, I mean, they all got ushered out. Nobody got hurt during January 6th.
Idiots. Yeah. It's all they do.
I mean,
all they've done is do fucking committees and all this bullshit. Like, they're not, they're just, I mean, they put people in jail, sure, but what? Even something like that was in their face. What have they done about that would do something good for the American people? Nothing.
Nothing at all. Say it again.
This is what I think about those clowns in Congress. Yeah, what a bunch of clowns. What
Democracy
was
simply doesn't work.
Yeah.
Drugs are fun.
But
that too.
Yeah, that's what you have to have. That's the only way that you can forget about the lines that are crossed. Yeah. He's stepping over the line. He's a habitual line stepper. That's what Congress is. A habitual line stepper. I forget what that is.
What's that?
Oh, that's Charlie Murphy, the Chappelle Show, I'm pretty sure.
Chappelle Show?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure from what I remember. But
pretty sure.
What did that got deleted in the last one? What was Dad saying about? So he said because the number one cause of death for youth in America is
gun violence. And I was like, we should get it back to a place. I was like, we're just trying to get it back to a place where car accidents are the number one cause of death for youth in America. And he's like, yeah, it's going to cause the car industry to like deregulate and stuff to make cars less safe. So that's the only way that it's going to surpass gun violence, because not anything's going to get
That's
done
the capital
about gun violence.
liberal response, is you don't try to bring gun deaths down. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. People are going to break laws, am I right? So let's just get something else to overtake it in these bad ratings.
So it doesn't look so bad.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're just we're just careening around the roads. Us Americans, it's about freedom. It's about freedom to drive a car as fast as you want.
Yeah. We brought polio back just to bring those child death numbers up.
Exactly.
We wanted something else, disease to take back over.
Stop thinking about COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? So because all of that.
This is propaganda.
So, Oh, that's right. Yeah, and I said that. The gun lobbies would just get out of the conversation altogether on gun control and start lobbying for less strict safety regulations on cars, just so that they're like, what? Oh yeah, now cars kill even more people now, and you want to regulate guns. A person only dies every 4 minutes from a gun death. Someone dies every 30 seconds in a car accident or something.
Someone dies every 12 minutes. Someone is shot every 4 minutes.
Oh, but, whatever, Natalie. Yeah. This show is not about facts. My motto.
Suck a dick, dumb shit.
That's what I say to all the fact checkers, all those pencil pushing nerds. Those pencil neck
those number
geeks.
Crunching crumb nunchers.
So let's see. I don't know if we want to just go back into what we were saying. We could talk about other stuff. So there's just things that are a lot. Well, I have stuff written down here, but I don't want to do it again. Although I'll say again, why don't we shorten I have to I've more often, because I have a story to tell you, but then I didn't have a story written down after that. Okay.
The only thing this joke's needing is a punchline.
That's all I'm missing. I'm reading Joke Making for Dummies.
I'm only in the first chapter, evidently.
I'm pretty sure the punchline's at the end, No, the punchline is you buying it. So let's see. Why are undercover police cars even a thing? Why don't we care about literal secret police in our country? Do you think that we're talking about? We've talked about so much about about how all of this is just shaped by rhetoric and people being propagandized to.
This is propaganda.
And
precisely
the N-word.
A lot of that. Yeah.
We'll
We're talking about police.
Yeah, just to get these, these police body parts down the toilet because I butcher them. No.
Like a pig.
Stuck an apple in his mouth. Slaughtered a man. Yeah, imagine. So if we just could really get the ball rolling, really get on not calling them undercover cops, but calling them secret police. How much that would change everything. Because it's one of those things where you just have to take this like step back, like this mental step back, kind of this intangible thing, and just think about how absurd it is, how kind of ridiculous it is. Like undercover police, like in general, let alone when they totally crossed that line in Portland when Trump was president and he sent people in with throwing people in vans.
Secret police.
It's like, what's the difference, really?
I saw
plainclothes cops and stuff. They're secret police.
I saw a thing on Reddit, from Twitter, whatever it was, that it was a picture of a brand new like undercover cop car that was like so like souped up. And it had like all these features on it and stuff, and it's like, this is like to serve and protect the community. There's in other countries they're like really brightly patterned. In some places, like they have like the blue light on when they're on duty, so you can go to them if you need help, so you know where they are. Yeah, that's the whole point of them. They're not supposed to catch you and be punitive. It's supposed to be there in case there's a problem. Like, here it's just all about
catching
whatever you're trying to catch
people
people speeding, and catching people rather than helping people that are in trouble.
Exactly.
And just like waiting for them to do something wrong while you secretly hide. You know, it's
or
like pretty cowardly.
people into it. In terms of like plainclothes officers. And, I can understand the logic, no matter how dumb it is, when you're trying to. The problem is the logic only works with the bad policies that we already have in place in terms of prosecuting the drug war and things like that, where it's like, that's what you have to do to be able to get to these drug dealers or something. It's like, but this is all a systemic issue, just get all that out of your mind and just think about what is happening here with police officers infiltrating people's groups or federal agents, FBI, things like that, how feds are in stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's back and forth where, okay, it got brought up on Cumtown, right? Because Nick Mullen is very into all that stuff and conspiracies and weird
he loves
crap.
The police.
He loves them, you know. But because his favorite catchphrase is,
I love Karl Marx.
But how, by doing through like a sting operation, the FBI busted a huge online child pornography ring, right? So horrific, lowest of the low. Like you want something to be done about this stuff, right? We can't just like say, well, because the drug war is bad, all of it's bad. There's just certain systemic ways that we need to adjust the police, but bad actors are out there and they exploit people, they harm children, things like that. So, but in order to continue catching pedophiles and child pornography, pornographers and stuff like that, the FBI kept running that site to like catch people. So it's like, well, where's the line here? Because the FBI is running a dark web child pornography website. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I
don't know how they can ask people to do that, honestly.
Oh, I know.
Like how
imagine
the FBI agents would be like,
is.
I'd be like, no
Good
fucking
Lord.
way. Like, absolutely not. I'm not going to I don't even want to sit at my desk anymore.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, exactly. Like, there's some
Disgusting.
jobs where you can legitimately, it can support, what is usually propaganda, where it's like some of these jobs are really hard because it's really dark. There are people,
for sure,
and maybe it's just because we think they shouldn't be cops. It should be some other type of position, that still takes care
more
of
like
yeah,
in tandem with mental health professionals
or like
that see these things that are not as
psychologists that have dealt with these should be doing that stuff, and maybe some of them are if you're talking about the FBI
and
or whatever.
Things that they won't be so like afraid of and like disgusted by because they're like more like clinical about things.
Just doing that job could ruin your life as the officer or something. Like imagine some of the scenes that they have to deal with. It's like that I can get. It's not like the whole
which their funding should go into like mental health support and training for those things, not tanks and undercover cars that can like I don't know, shoot through bulletproof glass or something, whatever the fucking souped up things that they have on there. Yeah, it's like you should be working with people that can help you through this trauma or who already have like the expertise and knowledge and all that kind of stuff to deal with this stuff more on the front lines. And the cops are like detectives I feel like are definitely different than cops though, and they're the ones that do this kind of work, and you have to
not
be
always.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure
police or something.
Well, exactly.
I guess you don't have
like
to be,
LAPD and the New York Police. It's full of some horrible detectives. I'm sure they can just be a different, but it's stuff like that where I'm like, man, why don't you Blue Lives Matter freaks? Like that should be the things that you're standing up for, because you can't convince me or just about anyone else at this point that regular police officers, beat cops, no one is defending the public. They're not serving and protecting. They're not protecting us. It's not their job. They've made that very clear. But there are people that have to do these horrible jobs. Those who you should be sticking up for. That's what defunding the police would help these people, not get a guy investigating a burglary, a gigantic gun in his car or something just in case something else comes up. Like, doesn't make any sense. Or canine dogs and stuff like that. It's horrific.
Refunding the police, it's like allows more resources to go into programs that would make it so they would just have to deal with those things less often. Everybody would have to deal with those things less often because they would happen less often. Like you can really reduce the rates of some of these crimes by implementing programs that work, and instead you just keep putting money into guns.
Yeah, exactly. So you can shoot
stuff,
people
and it's like
after,
that doesn't help any of the systemic problems.
Yeah, so you can shoot someone after something might have happened. Cool.
And
someone
it's like, wow,
still got raped.
You killed
some child, still got murdered.
You killed someone,
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a very reactive approach rather than proactive and getting to the root causes of the problems, which would just help everybody.
Yeah.
Including the people from ever having to go down a horrible path that leads them to some whatever kind of dark shit that these people have to deal with for sure.
Exactly.
But it just doesn't seem like a gun is a very good solution to like a schizophrenic person or whatever.
Not for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you come back to there's just a bunch of guns everywhere, and kids are getting shot in schools. It's all
and kids are accidentally shooting themselves, or on purpose.
Yeah, it's all the guns' fault. That's what I'm just gonna have a sign that people will really hear that well. Be like, it's guns' fault.
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah, they'll take me seriously. No, it's
I have a sticker in my window that's GOP, guns over people.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm pretty
We
edgy,
were talking about bumper stickers.
And I have an equality for all sticker.
This episode, right?
It's in my window, though.
Not in...
in my...
Oh, yeah, okay. But I was saying, didn't get deleted, right? That was just like half an hour ago? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Wine moms.
You're like, I have, yeah, exactly. You're like, I have guns over people, and my other house is the Millennium Falcon. So. Oh,
God. Yeah.
Mine, I just still have random ones from the mom, because that's where I bought my truck from them.
Ski bum.
And so, I got the vanity plate changed, but a couple of them just like, I don't know how to take this off. And then she even brought up like, you still have those on there, right? I'm like, yeah, but it has nothing to do with me. Of course, I was going to cover them up with something else that I want, but okay, whatever. I kind of like how, so I still kept the custom little tailgate oval it doesn't have the Ford oval. It has like this American flag, so it gives you this certain kind of... Yeah, so you could fit in, but that's right between the Solidarity Forever and Antifa flags, and stuff. I'm like, just throw anyone for a loop. It's only here to confuse you so you won't ask me any questions. So
yeah,
it's like Chamber of Commerce member 2023, anti-fascist action, worn total boomer white person American flag thing, and Solidarity Forever. They're like, I don't know.
Well,
and I should have
I
should have some sort of, I need to put like a climate change thing on there since I drive a V8 truck.
Yeah, I'd be like, drive electric.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. They're like, yeah, but those trucks aren't electric.
They've been known to.
No.
Nice.
And anyone who asks me, I'm like, all right, I'll explain it.
Wingus, dingus, listen up.
So let's see. Do you have anything in particular you want to talk about? Good. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I was just been. Nope.
Okay. Why do
Birds
when you can
appear.
do not? That's been my
Nice.
motto lately. No, I feel like I've been getting very rejuvenated from the extra sunlight. There's something about it. I have
for
so much
Hitler.
more to do, and I'm like so stressed, and I feel so much better.
The sunshine.
But, it's just from having longer days. But why do miners pay taxes? Should the
if they're miners?
tax? Yeah, these fucking coal mining freaks should not be part of society. Go mine some self-respect.
Nice.
But I was thinking, so should the voting age be lowered since there should be no taxation without representation? Or should just anyone under the voting age be exempt from paying taxes?
Yeah.
Which one?
That one.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to lower the voting age? It's funny. I was just, I had already written that down because I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, when I was 16, I was filing a tax return and stuff like that because I worked a couple jobs. I mean, I don't even remember how that turned out. It was all on a 1040 easy. I know my stuff. No.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, the whole no taxation without representation. And I already had that written down, and then I got to a section in Nixon land talking about when they ended up lowering the voting age to 18.
From 21?
Yes. I mean, it was like up to the states. So some states had it at 18 already, or they'd had things lowered to 19. But there there was this movement, especially, and of course, it really came down to Nixon's just cynical, Machiavellian, great political knowledge. I mean, he was on board with it, even though it seemed like he shouldn't be. But it was a big part of, it was a big thing because all of these college kids, because college campuses were the, the catalysts, for revolution. That's where, the meeting place for all of these, the youth movements in politics and revolution and stuff like that. So it was all very anti-Nixon, anti-war, but he knew that a lot of, like, the new left, as they're saying then, were not happy with the Democratic establishment. It's just like now, and he was all for it, because he felt like it could really split up the Democrats and stuff.
Yeah.
And, and they were in the middle of revising the entire way their nominee was chosen, all that stuff, and he absolutely obliterated them in 1972. So he's kind of right.
Yeah.
But who knows? I haven't looked it up or got to the part. I don't know what the turnout was like for them. But yeah, they were using the same things then. where they, especially during the Vietnam War, it was in your face. It's saying like, you can send these kids to go die in the war without even giving them the chance to vote for the guy who's going to send them there,
Yeah.
and let alone get them out of the war. But it's just, it seems like a good little gotcha for that sort of thing where it's like, well, hey, you like all this founding fathers stuff? No taxation without representation, man. Like,
yeah.
I should be the same in, a lot of our territories and maybe the District of Columbia and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah. I think kids having jobs is already like
bad.
Like I'm not. I'm not terribly impressed with it. I'll say that much. I think there are things that can be learned and stuff, but
sure.
I think also kids can learn more from books. But I mean, kind of.
That's why I read books
little
while
bit.
I was
like
at
they
my
have
job. Okay.
I
Get
mean,
off
they
my
have
back.
a lot of. Like learning and growing to do, and it just seems like working just seems preparing them for a horrible capitalist life that they have to struggle to get out of.
Yeah.
Instead of giving them the opportunity to learn more when they're young and sort of just, I don't know, grow up before, joining this hellscape that we've created for them. I just don't really,
beautiful.
Okay,
Natalie.
I think seems like a symptom of a much larger problem. People, especially if people's kids are having to contribute to their household.
So you say if only we were in the position where
that's
they didn't have
not
to.
Great. Yeah.
If society was totally different, then things would be different. But it's like,
Ooh,
if they didn't have to be able to, if that wasn't the thing that would teach you the value of $1 or hard work or certain skills, let alone the only way that they could get things for themselves. I mean, I spent a lot of my money on stupid stuff, but I also spent my money, on musical instruments and yada yada yada, and learned a lot from my jobs. That's why I'm such a productive member of society today, because I'm not. But yeah, if only you didn't have to help support themselves and or their family, then you could just outlaw underage working. That would just drive big corporations insane, like McDonald's.
In small towns, McDonald's is what I always think of, though. Like where we grew up, it would be, there's not a lot to do, though. It would be nice if there was more for kids to do. Not everyone wants to do sports, which is fine. Obviously, not everyone can.
Yeah, if they're losers.
Literally, there's only so many spots on a team.
Yeah,
but
true.
if there were more things to
and
have
all those
kids
spots
get
are being
involved
taken by trans people nowadays.
Yeah, I know. God,
my daughter can't be in sports, and now she has to work in the diamond mines because a trans this young man took her spot. Yeah. Anyway,
exactly. Yeah, if there was more for kids to be able to learn more about more things rather than just, people say it's work can give you experience. It's sure, kind of, from that one perspective, from that job that you work in that one town and those people that are around there, that's the perspective that you get. And it can teach you teach you things about working with other people and money,
I feel
obviously.
I learned a lot about
and
people
all that kind of stuff
just by working a crappy part-time job behind a counter. But
I think people can learn a lot of,
but only in terms of
they can build up a lot of biases.
Yeah.
They can learn a lot of bad things when things that are not true, and especially for teenagers who are, I'm going to say it, fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're young, just how all, babies are fucking stupid. It's not an insult, it's just true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I think
and
that
I was
you can
pretty smart
frame
for a teenager.
your worldview can be framed.
I was an idiot.
Yeah, and you're very smart for a teenager right now.
Yeah, pretty smart, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it can just lead to people to having a worldview that is a lot narrower than if you were exposed to a lot of different things, obviously, than just being able to do like a job after school or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that it just seems limiting for
It's just too bad that it has to be a
especially if you're working
job.
customer service, you can really build up some
You could still be working,
some really not liking people.
doing labor in terms of doing something. But we don't live in a communist utopia, so to be able to be doing something or creating something, you have to be getting paid for it. And so instead, you're just dead-eyed behind the counter of a gas station convenience store, and they're just saying,
"He is cold, hollow, and violent."
Yeah. No, it's like...
And you're just staring straight ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, probably because I just got really high like during all my shifts near the end there.
Yeah.
But,
good. Because you work for a gas company.
Yeah, exactly.
Or an oil company. Yeah.
Conoco.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little local, guy.
Oil refinery.
Well, he would drive the gas truck from his old spot there. The guy who owned those couple of places.
Yeah.
Little
Sure.
hard ass.
The richest guy in town.
Yeah, exactly. Hard ass. He was just kind of a dick, and just one of
big
those
fake hair.
Did he?
Or real hair or whatever it was. Not really sure. He just had a really full, thick, like pompadour Elvis type of hair, and he's like in his 70s.
Like. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I'm trying to think, old Ernie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his brother that also worked with him and was part owner, I think. And usually when he showed up, and I talked to him a little bit, he was drunk in the middle of the day. So, like, he'd just have a 12-pack of Coors in the console, like center console cargo thing of his truck.
Nice.
And you'd see him
That's
out
small
there
town living.
changing the prices on the sign out there, because he'd do it by hand then without the digit. And he's like swinging it around, like swaying in the wind.
Oh,
like,
God.
Jesus Christ. But he was a nice guy when he was drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was a nice guy.
Yeah. So because he was always drunk. But except that one time, I don't know. He was just like,
I hope you get ass cancer.
No.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I was worried that we were going to kind of run out of steam, and I kind of am. I forget what we were talking about before. And then one thing that I had mentioned that I thought was a good point, I'm like, I'm going to bring that up later when I go to our trade association conference. I won't be able to come over and see you like I did last year when I went to your town after, staying in a hotel and attending a conference. Oh my God, it sucks. It sucks so bad. I hate it.
Yeah, I remember the day was really nice too, and you were like inside
exactly.
all day.
And we're in a hotel conference room talking about the storage industry. Like, oh my God.
Yikes.
But yeah, maybe I'll report back with some of the slimy tactics that trade association lawyers and lobbyists use. Well, it's funny with the national. He's like not a lobbyist, but he was like a attorney, and he was a lot quieter. Just had this, it was like a boring presentation compared to some of the other ones, but I thought it was the most interesting last year. And I was outside vaping afterwards, and he was like waiting for his Uber or something, and so I just started talking to him. And I was like, that was cool. That was interesting. And these different ins and outs of the laws that might be changing. Meanwhile, like our local lobbying group, it's like this duo, like they were fucking Abbott and Costello, like up there. The one guy, this guy just yelling and trying to make jokes, and it just kept going on and on, all the while just saying the most, just like, I don't know how to put it. It's just so dark when I think about it. Just these search for corporate profits that just like has its hooks in every single facet of society, that we're all sitting through, like just the different ways that, companies try to bend the law to their will so that, hey, we can all make more money. Meanwhile, 75% of the people in the room are like, I get paid $18 an hour. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not going to make any more money.
Yeah, we could all make more money.
Yeah, exactly. But you won't give any of it to us. Instead, all the money's going to this fucking bald freak lobbyist out front, and his fat comedic partner. He's got like the like I had like literally had like a kind of baggy, disheveled suit and stuff. We're like, what is this? Like, am I still asleep or something? Ooh, one thing that we can wrap up with. Actually, no joke. Let me put you on hold for just a sec. I'm gonna run outside.
Do you want me to pause it?
No.
Recording?
I'll just cut it out.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let's.
All right.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
All right. Okay, all right.
And we're back. Dang it. I just realized I ran out and got the newest local free periodical, and we don't have our favorite writer on here. I hadn't looked in it.
I was going to ask about that earlier.
I wonder, do I have another copy here? Dang, and I didn't look at last week's. I didn't bring up on the show, but we've got a different writer for issue 4 for March 22nd, 2023 AD. No, it's a woman. And
writer? A woman writer?
Yeah. Jeez. Huh. And actually, it's probably kind of interesting because it's talking about the beginnings of my small town here in 1911 and people showing up via the railroad. Oh, these are really cool. December 1910. Saw the boop special arrive. I'm not telling any of you freaks where I live. Yeah, once we get incredibly famous, I'm sure everyone will find out. But
that's what you're doing for.
there isn't a good article. Now I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, not a good podcast-worthy article, but they do have witty remarks in the back.
Oh.
And I remember last week reading some of these. I was like, these are just, I mean, I love bad jokes, but they were just not funny. And,
oh my God. Kelsey and I went to a sex shop here in town. The cards there, I don't know what we were expecting, but they were so incredibly bad. I want to go, I should remind me to do that. Like,
what? Oh,
the punchlines,
like
they were like birthday cards or whatever, like stuff like that. It was like, what the fuck? Like, what? This is not a joke. It's not sexy. It's like there was a bunch about fart jokes too.
Oh man,
I was like, what is
not
this?
Even queef jokes
at a sex shop?
What is it?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
But, the first one's dumb. I don't like this one. What kind of tea is the hardest to swallow?
What?
Reality. Okay, I've heard that one before. Yeah. Blah blah blah. But I kind of like these other ones. Where do you find a cow with no legs? Right where you left it.
Nice.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
Okay, and then, of course, this one's my favorite. What's green, fuzzy, and if it fell out of a tree, it would kill you? A pool table. But I like that one.
Holy fucking shit.
But they are looking for columnists. This periodical is looking for regular contributors, especially in the subjects of gardening and horticulture. Okay. Literary review, prose, poetry, sports and current events. Payment is the honor of publication. But that's fun. People would just be doing it for fun, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Although, because
prose and poetry.
There's only so much
funny.
Just to cover the cost of this guy putting this out. I mean, it should only cost so much in ink and paper because it's just a one-sheet thing, double-sided. Oh, and he has there's a new advertiser here. Oh, that was I think that was last week's. I don't know if I read it to you, was about the new coffee shop in town. And, geez, the way that he was describing it was like, okay, calm down. Just a goddamn coffee shop. I don't even know.
What about it?
Oh, just that it's opening up, and it was just a little expose. But the way that they were describing the espresso machines and the look on, her face and the sun coming through the window, it was like, good God, dude. It's a great little place. Everyone likes it as far as I know.
Yeah,
I've talked to the owner a couple times because she also runs a different place here in town. But I see that they're advertising, so that's nice. You get $1 off any 24-ounce drink.
Nice.
There's a fine art studio. Okay.
Fart studio.
Oh, yeah, that's why. Fart studio. And then the same old lock and key locksmith thing. So they got 3 advertisers in here. And, I mean, if you want to pitch some money, we can do it for 25 cents a word.
Ooh.
Minimum 10 words.
Oh.
So, well, that's just $2.50, right? Let me do my math. Let's see.
Wingus, dingus, listen up.
So, let's see. I added it all up, and it says,
I love Karl Marx.
So, let's just do that. Not even advertise something. Do anonymous things. Just saying like socialism is the answer, and see if people are really reading this thing.
Are there any letters to the editor?
No. There's not enough room for that. Not yet.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Like I said, it's one sheet, 2 sides. It's got a fold in the middle. It's like a legal size, right? So, 8.5 by 14 or whatever that is. So, and it's got it's black and white. It's got these good little pictures in here. But I mean, the backside is mostly the ads. It only has another paragraph from the front and then witty remarks. That's what we should do. Let's start submitting witty the witties. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know about calling them that, but...
Hey, I like the pool table
We'll
one,
workshop it.
So.
Yeah. No, that one was good.
Like those kind of, there's like non sequitur jokes, I guess. So
right where you left them.
Yeah, and the cow with no legs. Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, Natalie. For the beginning of this podcast. I didn't record it. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
It's okay.
It's not, though.
I guess.
I guess. Depending on what your definition of okay is.
Yeah.
It's
great to be fine. It's horrible to be okay.
And it's best when
you're pooping the bed.
So that's okay. So someone who listens, and I'm talking to you. Put down what you're doing. If you're listening all the way through to the end of this, listen to me now. Just I'm not talking to you, Natalie. I'm talking to you.
Oh.
You.
Oh.
This person listening. No, but send us in questions. I liked it when, even though we go off on total tangents and don't really address the issues, I liked when Round King something left a comment on our YouTube thing. Just leave a comment, or if you're listening on YouTube, like a weirdo like Natalie and Ron King, or tweet at me, please.
Tweet at me.
Yeah, Twitter, or don't do Instagram because Natalie won't answer it. Or even make me aware of it. So
nope.
Even though you could just be
better believe
posting, like, just repost TPUSA memes, Toilet Paper USA or something.
Yeah, I just go on there and look at Hassan's Instagram, and then I get off.
Just screenshot
and then
pictures
I get
of Hassan and start posting them. Yeah, and then I get off.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a
Then
DJ scratching
he'll know what
turntable.
a simp I am.
Okay, that means that he would be aware of us? Oh my god, that sounds great. I had some other Hassan stuff that I need to cut into some sound bites that I thought you would think would be pretty funny.
Do it.
I said, do it.
Nice.
This is absolutely lit.
Okay. I'm out of steam.
Bye.
And soda. Shout out R.M. Brown.
To our Lord and Savior.
Not good.
That's what that episode was. Shout out to Kelsey and Zach and everyone who listens. All 12 of you.
That's including us.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.